Today's best music.
Magic 89.9.
So I was in the Philippines and I was slowly getting known as a food personality because of the blog and because of projects I was getting into. I started auditioning for TV shows.
Oh, you did? I was going to ask that. Was there any point that they were asking you to do showbiz?
So very quickly I realized this is not for me. I have a very particular way of talking, and I have a very particular way of presenting myself. And it's usually very, what you see is what you get.
Which is not necessarily what some shows, networks.
Yeah. So a lot of the auditions I did, a lot of people were saying, you need to be cuter, you need to smile more, you need to be friendlier, talk differently. And I have a lot of friends. I'm a friendly person. It just doesn't necessarily translate on my face.
Okay.
And so on TV, they just wanted me to be an over happy version of myself. Right. And I was like, I'm not comfortable doing that at all. So that's when I realized, I was like, all right, well, this thing called the internet is picking up now. Why don't we really just throw ourselves in this? And then maybe one day I'll be able to create a polished show that I want to be in, but myself. I can produce it, I can write it, I can edit it, I can shoot it.
So at this point also, Erwan, were you also getting comfortable with yourself now too? The fact that you were auditioning already and putting yourself out there, physically, face-wise, and does this mean that you felt like you were coming into your own also confidence-wise? That's
the thing. I've always felt very comfortable in my skin. It's just I am just someone who prefers to think and to process things alone.
Okay. And I hear you.
So it wasn't necessarily a confidence issue. It was more of a it was never a confidence issue.
Right. A presentation thing.
But I knew who I was.
Okay.
From the onset. And so when I did the auditions and people were asking me to do things, and I was like, well, isn't that the job of an actor? And they were like, and then so in the Philippines, that term they used a while ago, the showbiz term, is very blurred. Like, what does it mean? You know what I mean? Like, I think there's an expectation of a lot of the artistas to be a triple threat. You need to sing, dance, and act and everything. But a lot of the artistas that I know, some of them consider themselves more singers, some of them consider themselves more actors and everything. And so when I was auditioning, I was like, I don't want to be that, because I'm not someone with multiple skills. You can't put me in a variety show. I will fail and tank, and you will lose so many viewers because I will just talk and be boring and whatever. And so I was like, all right, I know who I am.
That's sad, because I was going to ask you to sing. So go ahead, please. Go ahead.
But yeah, so I knew who I was, and then so I was like, all right, let's lay down the path of how to get to the point I want to get to. And because of my upbringing, because of what I did in school, and because of all the different jobs that I did, I then really very quickly realized, I was like, I can't be being a celebrity is not a job. Like, it's not a job. Like, you're something, right? What are you? Right. So I asked myself, I'm like, what am I? And so I started to define myself as a business rather than an individual.